What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here, back with week number 1 of the regular season in our Oakland Raiders franchise as we get ready to take on the New York Jets. Hopefully we are prepared for this game. We went 1-3 in the preseason, which really is not all that great, obviously. But we're a young team. We expect to struggle some this year. Our main goal for the first season is trying to develop some of the younger players we have, and then in the offseason just changing things completely through free agency and the draft. And I think we're going to be able to accomplish that. Before we get going, Anthony Thomas, oh man, I'm really excited about him. He did pretty well in his few preseason games there. But yeah, let's look at the Jets lineup now. This is something that I tend to do before regular season games. I don't worry about it too much in the preseason. But if you're new to my channel, I always try to show the other team's roster. It gets a lot more fun after the first year when teams have changed around a lot and you see different free agent moves and rookie players. That's a lot of fun. But I'm going to have to look out for that speed of Chris Johnson. 98 speed is definitely something that worries me. They're bringing over Eric Decker from the Broncos. That's a huge pickup for them. And another weapon for Geno Smith. So that should be interesting. Jay Samaro, the rookie tight end, somebody to keep an eye on. He has pretty good speed for a tight end, and obviously DeBrickashaw Ferguson. Outside of that, though, their offensive line is kind of weak, and I really hope I can capitalize on that. But their defensive line is just incredible. A lot of star power there, and they're all very, very young. So it's going to be difficult to run the ball in this Jets team. Their linebackers aren't all that great, so if we can get by the initial line of scrimmage, we might have a shot. Definitely need to attack their corners in the passing game and their safeties. You know, they don't really have a great passing defense either, so that's something to keep an eye on. But anyway, let's go ahead and kick things off here. Folk is going to kick it back to Anthony Thomas here, and he will take it on about the 1-yard line, returning it up. He gets past the 20. Actually, he gets to the 20-yard line. I'm sorry. So Matt Schaub handing it off to Maurice Jones-Drew as we get things going here. A nice little 5-yard pickup there. Going back to Jones-Drew, he picks up 4 more. It's going to be 3rd and 1 now. And once again, Jones-Drew getting across that first down mark. About a 5-yard run there as well. So 1st and 10, a little incomplete pass there. And McFadden taking over now on the right side. He doesn't pick up a yard. I'm sorry. 3rd and 10 now. And Marcel Reese does not get the first down. It is going to be 4th and 1, so just like that, the Raiders punt the ball off. Geno Smith taking over for the Jets, and he fumbles the ball. Justin Tuck causing the fumble with the sack there. Unfortunately for us, the Jets did recover. A weird, wild pass there by Geno Smith brings up 3rd and 15, and once again, Sims getting the sack now. Early on, the Raiders defense putting pressure on Geno Smith, and that is what we would like to see early on. Maurice Jones-Drew with a nice spin move there up to about the 32-yard line, and all of a sudden we are in field goal range. Let's see if we can capitalize. It's going to be 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard McFadden run. Jones-Drew nowhere to go there, so 3rd and 6 for the Raiders, and Schaub is going to get hit as he throws the ball. Janikowski will knock the ball through the uprights to give the Raiders a 3-0 lead early on in this game. So I'm really impressed with our defense in that first series. Let's see if they can keep it up as Chris Johnson breaks one tackle. About a 9-yard rush there by Chris Johnson. That speed really worries me right up the middle there. He gets it to about the 50-yard line, and the Jets are already in great field position after 2 plays. Another good run by Chris Johnson there. 31 yards on only 3 carries. We need to find an answer, and their offensive line is tearing our defensive line apart at the moment as Curley makes a nice grab there for about 7 yards. 2nd and 3 for the Jets here. Geno Smith with plenty of time now, and I don't know what happened. We were putting a lot of pressure on him in that first series, but he has had plenty of time. Eric Decker making the grab there for the first down. So it's 1st and goal for the Jets. Chris Johnson gets tangled up. Going to be 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. Once again, he gets it down to about the 5-yard line. So 3rd and goal. This is a big play here. And wide open is Nelson in the end zone for the Jets touchdown. That will give them a 7-3 lead. A lot of breakdown and coverages there. I don't know what happened. Matt Schaub just spiking the ball at the ground almost. This time pressure's coming, and he is going to get sacked by Harrison. So it's going to be 3rd and 20 now. And a huge play by James Jones getting it up to the 44-yard line. Maurice Jones-Drew now with the run on the right side, and he is fighting his way up to the 50-yard line. A lot of effort there by the veteran. I like to see that. James Jones on the left side gets the first down grab. It's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Raiders from the 42-yard line, and Maurice Jones-Drew with a great run down to the 26. 1st and 10. And James Jones, another grab. He has been very good early on in this game here. Maurice Jones-Drew will mop up that extra yard for the first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10. Schaub dropping back, finds Marcel Reese on the right side, but that's not going to go for any gain at all. This time a little screen pass. Maurice Jones-Drew gets wrapped up immediately. A 2-yard loss, actually. And 3rd and 12, they go to the end zone to Bruce Ellington, but it is going to be overthrown. So Sebastian Janikowski with the second field goal of the day makes it 6-7. The Jets have the lead. Geno Smith taking back over. I need to see a lot more from our defense. What I was saying earlier is our offensive line or our defensive line really struggled in that last series. The first series it was great, but they were running it all over us, and Geno Smith had plenty of time in that second series. Luckily, our defense forces a 3-and-out here, and we will take the ball back over. Matt Schaub hands it off to Maurice Jones-Drew on the left side, about a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4, pressure's coming again. Schaub gets the ball off, but it's going to be incomplete. 3rd and 4. And Moore is not going to get the first down. However, there is a face mask on the play, and that is huge because we would have had to punt the ball away just like that. We have a fresh set of downs, 15 yards down the field. A huge mistake there by the Jets defense as Maurice Jones-Drew runs it up the middle for about 9 yards. And McFadden mopping up that extra yard to get the first down there. 1st and 10, Schaub on the left side finds Nick Casa. And 75 yards passing for Schaub. He's been off target a few times as we see there. Definitely not on point. As Davis picks off the Matt Schaub pass, and he will return it up to about the 39-yard line. Just like that, a turnover can change the momentum of the game as we see there. 6-7. The Jets have the ball. Chris Johnson on the left side of the field. Picks up 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Chris Johnson once again, a nice run there up the right side. 51 yards for him already. Chris Ivory's going to get taken down there early though. So it's a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6. An incomplete pass by Geno Smith. 3rd and 6 now. Geno Smith with plenty of time down the field, almost intercepted. It's going to be batted down. That'll bring up 4th and 6, but they are going to go for it. A really risky call, but he finds Stephen Hill, and it pays off down to the 27-yard line. I can't believe the Jets went for it there, but it looked like a wise move as they capitalized on the play. Chris Johnson, a 4-yard run there. Now Ivory picks up about 5 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 1. They're going to Johnson. He fights his way past the defense to pick up that first down. Just over 2 minutes to go. Ivory's going to get decked there after a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 now for Geno Smith. He finds Eric Decker. That's going to give them 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. On the left side of the field, it's a terrible pass. It's a fumble because it was a backwards pass. He overthrows his target on the right side now. So it is going to be 3rd and goal. This is a crucial play here, and they take down Curley on about the 2-yard line, forcing the field goal. Nick Folk will knock it through the uprights to give the Jets a 10-6 lead. With about 45 seconds left in the half, the Raiders are going to try to make something happen, at least get a field goal. Denarius Moore on the right side with the first down grab there. Schaub finds Maurice Jones-Drew barely getting the ball off, and Maurice Jones-Drew will pick up about 8 yards there. So 2nd and 2 for the Raiders. Down the field, intercepted by Milner now. D. Milner making the play. The first-round pick last year with an acrobatic play there. And he takes it back to the 48-yard line. So just like that, with 25 seconds left, the Jets still have an opportunity to put some more points up on the board as Geno Smith throws that one away. Should have been intentional grounding, I feel like, but whatever. On the right side, and they're going to say Nelson came down in bounds with the ball, but I don't know about that. They're not going to let me challenge it. So like that, they're on the 37-yard line. Chris Johnson now gets tackled right off the bat. 2nd and 8 for the Jets. They need to get into field goal range here, and Stephen Hill makes the grab that will do that for them. Nick Folk knocks it through the upright to give the Jets a 13-6 lead going into the halftime. Not a great first half by the Raiders. Our offense definitely needs to pick things up a little bit. 2 turnovers really cost us there as we look at the yards and everything like that. But it's rough. It's rough. But we'll pick it up in the second half, guys. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll see you there. Back with the second half now. Geno Smith taking over for the Jets as he hands it to Chris Johnson. And right off the bat, you got a 15-yard face mask penalty. And that is not the way to start the second half. We're still only down to touchdown. We're not out of this game. But our defense is going to need to step it up here early in the second half to kind of set a precedent for the rest of the game. And right now, the Jets are just marching down the field on us, already down to the 20 or the 41-yard line. Geno Smith dropping back. He finds Eric Decker, who takes it down to about the 18-yard line. A nice play there by Decker. Chris Johnson up the middle will take up 9 or 10 yards there. 9. 2nd and 1. Chris Ivory is going to get stuffed Nice play there by the Raiders defense on the right side. A little pitch play is not going to work out, so we limit him to a field goal. Nick Folk, and that is Khalil Mack making the play. Nick Folk will knock the field goal through the uprights to give the Jets a 16-6 lead, making it a 2-possession game. It's going to be very crucial that we score here early on. Maurice Jones-Drew with about a 10-yard run there. He has 62 yards on the day on only 10 carries. Doing very good so far. Rod Streeter on the left side of the field only picks up a yard on that grab. And then James Jones once again, another nice grab there by Jones. 105 yards passing now for Matt Schaub. I'd like to get him more involved, but receivers are not getting open down the field, and that's become a problem. That's why we're settling for a lot of pitches. 3rd and 14 now. Pressure's coming. Schaub gets it to Greg Little, who is going to get taken down fairly quickly there. So Jets taking back over. Chris Johnson on the right side is going to be wrapped up by Khalil Mack after a 4-yard gain. Then Chris Johnson once again up the middle. 97 yards rushing for him already. And on only 16 carries, he's having a monster game. Amaro there making the 3-yard reception. The rookie tight end on the right side of the field. Terrible pass there by Geno Smith. That'll bring up a 3rd and 7. And then he finds Chris Johnson, but he will not have enough for the first down. Raiders taking back over here. Maurice Jones-Drew gets wrapped up right off the bat there. 58 yards rushing for him now. And then on the left side of the field, Denarius Moore will pick up the first down. A little play action here for Schaub and the Raiders. On the right side, he finds Marcel Reese. That's only going to gain a few yards there. Not going to pick up much. 2nd and 7. On the right side, almost picked off. Matt Schaub got lucky that he dropped that interception there. And then James Jones cannot hold on to the ball. That'll bring up 4th down. So the Jets will take back over on their own 9-yard line. They got a big field ahead of them, and hopefully the Raiders can shut them down here. But Amaro makes a nice grab and takes it up to the 27-yard line. Still fighting off the tackle. The rookie tight end is looking good so far for the Jets. Geno Smith dropping back. He finds Stephen Hill. Hill takes it up to about the 30-yard line, a 3-yard gain. 3rd and 7 now for the Jets, and Chris Johnson all over the field. Burnett will make the tackle. 1st and 10 now for the Jets, and Chris Johnson up the middle. The sea was split by Moses or something because there was no defense in the middle of the field. Chris Johnson takes it all the way to the house. That was about a 60-something yard run there. A huge play for the Jets, and that has blown the game wide open. It is now 23-6. The Jets have the lead. Matt Schaub and the Raiders are going to need to make something happen soon to get back into this game. It's going to be 3rd and 8 here, and that is not the way to do it. The Raiders are going to have to punt the ball off. Chris Johnson, who has been a thorn in the side of the Raiders all day long. 160 yards rushing for him right now. Chris Ivory, his backup, has 41, and he's still fighting for that first down. He's not going to be able to get it. Raiders are going to take back over. Decent field position to get going. Well, I guess on the 20-yard line. I'm sorry. Denarius Moore on the right side. An 8-yard grab. 2nd and 2. Denarius Moore again will pick up the first down on top of a face mask penalty. They have been happening quite frequently in this. We'll have to change the sliders after this game. But another face mask, that'll put us up at the 47-yard line. Maurice Jones-Drew nowhere to go there. Does not pick up a single yard. On the right side, a little screen pass now. Jones-Drew trying to fight off a tackle, but he's going to get taken down. 3rd and 4 now for the Raiders. Pressure is coming, and Schaub is going down. But we are going to have to go for it here on 4th and 14, and Schaub underthrows his receiver. He was fairly well covered anyway. And the Jets will take back over. Great field position, already at the 39-yard line after a 4-yard Chris Johnson run. And now Chris Ivory on the right side. 53 yards rushing for him. That is over 200 yards rushing for the Jets. They have been tearing this Raiders defensive line apart. Chris Ivory again is fighting his way, and he is still going, man. 3rd and 2 now. Chris Johnson will pick up the first down. And they are in the red zone. On the 16-yard line, Chris Johnson again, a face mask penalty once more is going to get them even closer to the end zone now. And the Raiders defense needs to make a play happen. Stand up, do something. Chris Ivory on the right side. Nice play there by the Raiders to wrap him up. It is going to be 2nd and goal now. Ivory's fighting his way to the end zone, and C.O. Moore tackles Ivory into the end zone. I felt like we were going to hold strong there, but then C.O. Moore comes behind him and knocks him into the end zone. It's a young player mistake there, and the Raiders paid the price. It is now 30-6. The Jets have taken control of the game. We're going to go ahead and give Derek Carr 4 minutes in the last quarter here. See if he can do something. Marcel Reese on the he could not turn the corner quick enough. It's going to be 4th and 2 for Derek Carr. Pressure's coming. He's going down. Cunningham with the sack to go with 4 tackles there. And the Jets pretty much just have to run the clock out. Over 200 yards rushing allowed. This not good by the Raiders defensive line. They really need to be better than that. And if they're not going to be better than that, we might have to look into making some changes. Maybe sign somebody or bring in somebody. Or I know there's some players on the trade block we could look into. But overall, 30-6. Our offense has to get it going too. Those 2 turnovers cost us dearly, and if it wasn't for those 2 turnovers, it might have been a much closer game. But when you give the other team good field position like that, and they're running the ball great, they're definitely going to capitalize, and that's what we saw here today. So the Raiders are going to start the season 0-1, but not all is lost. It's early in the year. We can still turn things around. Again, the most important thing for us is going to be getting our young guys experience. And as you can see by the score, it wasn't really until the second half that the Jets ran away with the game. So, one bad half will do that for you. As you see the play of the game, Chris Johnson obviously running it into the end zone on that huge carry. Overall, Derek Carr went 3 of 3, only 8 yards though. But the Jets were doing a great job of covering our receivers down the field and made it difficult. Matt Schaub, not a great game in any aspect of the game. So Derek Carr, he's biting on the heels to take over that starter position, and we might see it happen sooner rather than later. Denarius Moore, again, man, look at the average yards per catch. Just not what we need to see. But again, the Jets safeties and their corners were doing a great job down the field. Players were having a tough time getting open, and when you can't move the ball down the field, it makes it more difficult to score. So obviously, and our running game was okay. It wasn't great. Khalil Mack did get a tackle for a loss. That was an awesome play to see there. Justin Tuck with the sack, and Pat Sims both on the first series of the game. Not much after that. That'll be it for this video though, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button. It helps me out a whole lot, and I can't wait to get into week 2, man. I'm stoked. I'm loving this team. So yeah, I'll see you there.